Welcome to the SIAC Sit Down, the Coaches Edition.
Man, we still in it, man.
Still here, D2 Wednesdays, live on HBCU Game Day. I am Sylvester Williams, and I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Jamie Walker. And Jamie, we got us a special one today.
Listen, man, the best shaped coach in the SIAC.
I
Listen,
tell you.
every time I see him, I'm like, man, look, I want to be like him when I grow up.
I almost did 3 push-ups before he walked in the door, man.
Because I just had to get, super pumped. Like, man, I got to do something. Coach James, maybe you think I lifted a couple or something.
Thank you. The one and only, the head Golden Tiger.
Yes.
The one and only Coach Aaron James. How you doing, Coach?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Glad to be here.
Well, Coach, we are glad to have you here. We have the head man for Tuskegee University sitting down joining us. And, Coach, what we like to do here on the Coaches Edition, we want to have you here about 45 minutes to an hour, and we just want to talk a little football, Coach.
That's good.
Talk a little bit of football. We want to find out about Coach Aaron James. Who is Coach Aaron James? How did he get here? How is he the coach? We want to find out the origin story for Coach Aaron James. So now, Coach, football, you the head coach. How did this journey happen? How did this start for you, Coach?
Well, born and raised, Pritchard, Alabama. A lot of people don't know where that's at. That's down in the heart of Mobile. So played for a legendary high school coach, Ben Harris. He's the only head coach in the state of Alabama to be inducted into the Alabama National High School National High School, Hall of Fame. So, great guy, father figure of mine, led me through, a good phase of my life, and he always a phone call away. Left there out of high school at Blunt High School, was able to get a scholarship at Tuskegee University. That's where, my career took off. 4-year started at Tuskegee, only lost 5 games in 4 years at Tuskegee, won 3 championships and a national championship. So, I was able to be able to play 2 times as a undefeated, quarterback. Once in high school, 14-0, and then 12-0 in college my junior year. So, it's a blessing. And like I say, raised by my parents, my mom and my dad. My mom passed 3 years ago. So, she didn't get the opportunity to actually see me take the head seat at Tuskegee University. So she was a big fan of mine, never missed a game. From park ball, middle school, high school, college, never missed a game. So, she always been there with me, So, she's been a joy in my life. Like I say, was able to play at Tuskegee University, and then was able to start my career off in coaching. So my first year coaching, I was a grad assistant at Tuskegee University. Then I was able to move on from there to Clark Atlanta University. Offensive line coach at the time at Tuskegee, was able to get the head job at Clark, Ted Baher. Was able to be his offensive coordinator, quarterback coach over there, and then left there, went to Lane College. Lane College for a year. Derek Burrows was a good friend of mine from the city of Pritchard. We played at the same high school, so, was able to do that for a year, and then left there and went to Miles College. Miles College was my longest stint. Was over at Miles for 9 years. Wow. Yeah, 9 years over there under Reginald Ruffin. VP, now AD Reginald Ruffin. So was over there with him for 9 years, and I was able to leave Miles and go down south, down to the beach, Daytona Beach, down at Bethune-Cookman with Terry Sims. So did a year there, and then I was asked for the full circle to come back to Tuskegee. AD Ruffin was able to get the job at Tuskegee, and he called me up and asked me did I want to come back to be his offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, and head coach in waiting. So he did that for a year. I was offensive coordinator for a year in 2022, and then 2023, that was when I became the head coach at Tuskegee University.
It's funny. I love listening to these origin stories, and I love listening to the coach's path and the coach's journey, because throughout all these interviews we've been doing, you find out how tight-knit or how close that all these coaches are together. Coaching under Coach Burrows, working at Lane, then coaching under Coach Sims, coaching under Coach Ruff, and
Yep.
these are all coaches right here in the SIAC,
Yeah.
all successful coaches. Well, Coach Sims is a rookie coach. He's a rookie.
Right.
He's a rookie. He's a
Yeah.
fresh-faced rookie in the conference.
And who's the old man of the conference now?
Now the old man of the conference right here, Coach James, you're the old man of the conference.
Yeah, it don't feel like it though, but you know it's going on 4 years, and it's crazy because we was talking the other day as the coaches in the league, and that's when everything popped up. Was like, Coach, you are the oldest guy, and I'm looking around the room. I'm like, wow, I am. I coached with Coach Pearl, I coached with Stanley Connors, I coached for Terry Sims, and just like I said, just looking around the room, I'm like, man, that's amazing just to be going on year 4, and I'm the eldest of the league.
Man, and I just find it interesting. You've coached under some great coaches, and even your high school coach, even your high school coach, like you said, National Hall of Fame coach. What did you kind of take from each of these coaches, or who do you think you most resemble in your coaching?
I guess I put all of them in a pot. In a pot. I put everything together. Mentality-wise, I think my high school coach. He was a 6'5" quarterback. He played at Alabama State back in the days. 6'5" quarterback. And it's crazy that he used to come out and dress for practice.
Wow.
Yeah, he dressed out in practice. But just mentality-wise, I think I took that from him because he does a lot in the community. He did a lot in the community. Everybody in the city of Pritchard and in the city of Mobile, they respect him. I mean, he got much respect. And you see him coming down the hall, everybody's running. You know, he's running 6'5", paddle in his hand. You know, they don't paddle no more. just imagine you getting a paddle by a 6'5". He about 260 back in the day. Strong.
That's that act right. You get
Yes,
that act right and you quit.
yes. So, I mean, I took a lot from him, and then, being under A.D. Ruffin for a long time, just to seeing just championship pedigree. I think both of us have that same blood because I was a winner in high school, college. I've been winning all my life. Just to have that pedigree, and I think, from being that long stint under A.D. Ruffin, I think that championship pedigree is built in me from that. And then coaching under Coach Sims, on the FCS level, just looking back at a totality of everything, just knowing what he built at Bethune, and then was able to build some young men in character as well. So.
Yeah, that's one thing I do love about doing all these interviews. Just seeing how tight that coaching circle is, and for the youngsters out there who want to get into coaching, that's why connections and meeting people, going to these coaches conventions and shaking hands and something is so important, because you're gonna see that guy pretty soon. You're gonna see that guy, the offensive line coach today. 10 years from now, going to be the head coach down the line somewhere. Hey, Jamie, man.
What's up?
Check this out. It's about that time, man. We're bringing them great content every time we turn around about the SIAC. Football, basketball, baseball, anything with a ball. We talking about it on the SIAC Sit Down. But, Jamie, in order to keep bringing this great content, we got to have some cash coming in.
Listen, cash flow equals content. And if you love what we bring to the table, then, hey, Sly's about to give you the information where you can send the money.
Make sure you go to our Cash App. That's $SIAC SITDOWN. That's SIAC Sit Down. Go ahead, hit us up in a Cash App so we can continue to bring you great SIAC coverage.
Indeed.
So one thing we want to do, we want to highlight some of the assistant coaches, some of those guys that may not be known. So can you tell us a little bit about your coaching staff at Tuskegee?
Well, I got my defensive coordinator, O.C. Williams. He's my defensive coordinator, D-line coach. Lawrence Samuels is my tight ends coach. I have Andre Duncombe. He's my secondary guy. coach. Got Clinton Smith, who's my receiver coach. He's my recruiting coordinator as well. And I have actually an O-line coach that's coming in I haven't hired yet, and then a running back coach that's coming in I haven't hired yet. And I got a grad assistant as well, Terrence Jordan, who's going to be a great coach one day. He played for me, transferred in from Lane, and he played for me for 1 year. And like I said, he did an awesome job this spring with the offensive line. So we got some guys that's pretty good, on my team. And then I actually brought in a linebacker coach from Alabama State, Coach Brown, Derek Brown. So we got some guys, some good coaches in this league, and looking forward for this upcoming season.
Well, Coach, I want to put this out there with those 2 positions you have open, Coach. Now, I'll throw my hat out there, but I have some stipulations. Now, I need to be off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I can only work between 11 and 6, 11 a.m. and 6. Those are my hours. And my salary, I have to be the 2nd highest paid coach on the staff. Now, if you can meet that, Coach, I'm here for you, Coach.
11 a.m.?
11 a.m., Coach. I can't roll out of bed about 10:30,
4 a.m.
Oh, I'm take my hat out the ring, Coach.
And that, but all jokes aside, that just goes to show you the life of coaching in general. Mm-hmm. I think that time that you all put in, people just truly don't understand. Talk about the work that you all have, because you are the elder statesman. You haven't broken that championship window quite yet. But talk about the work you all have put in and what you've learned from your experiences so far.
It's a grind. I mean, it's a grind. It's and like I tell you, it's not for everybody. Coaching in this league, or either on the next level, is not for everybody, because it's so much time and sacrifice that you go through. And like I said, we start at 4 o'clock in the morning. We waking up at 4 o'clock, and we on the field at 5. Some of us have to get up at 3:30, 3 o'clock, just to make sure that we ready to rock and roll. And I know for me, I always have a routine. I have to get up. My alarm go off at 3:15 every morning, and I have to actually just sit on the side of the bed and just take at least about 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure I'm ready to roll, and then I'm off. Have my cup of coffee ready. But like I said, it's a grind, and it's year round. It's really no off time. I mean, because you got recruiting.
Yes.
You still got the spring. You got the summer. You got game planning. So throughout the day, like I said, you start at 5 on the field, and then you have to have your position meetings, you have your staff meetings, you have your walkthrough, you have the strength conditioning, weights. So all of that takes up that's every day.
Now let me, you said start at 5. This is something that kind of crossed my mind. One of the things working Division II level, and Tuskegee being the institution that it is, it's a high academic institution. That student comes before athlete. So a lot of times Division II, sometimes your classes, in a perfect world, you would want to practice 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., in a perfect world. But sometimes that advanced calculus class, that calculus 301, start at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
So that the student has to take it. So how do you balance that with the mentality with these youngsters that we got to practice in the morning sometime too? How y'all work that?
So that's the thing. That's the only time that we're able to practice in the morning, because I don't want to keep them up all night, throughout the night, because they still go to class throughout the day, and like I say, throughout that day, that's when the position meetings and everything is taking place. But it's academic first. I mean, Tuskegee is a highly academic, one of the top in the in the nation in academics. So that's what we thrive on. I mean, once you walk across the stage, they call you boss at Tuskegee. Yeah. So, but like I said, that's our standard. That's what we strive on, and it's a load on those guys. A student athlete at Tuskegee University is, it's tough. It's tough. You expecting a guy to give his all in practice that early in the morning. Yeah. Give his all in practice, and then now he got to go focus on academics throughout the day. And when just a regular student, all they doing is focusing on academics. But it's tough for a student athlete. I'm telling you, it's tough.
Yeah, I tell you, that grind, and Jamie's mentioned it before, we all mentioned it before, this football thing, it ain't fun no more. I think fun end in middle school.
Yeah,
I think that's when fun end in middle school, because now you got coaches. They want you to have fun, but they still got to feed your family.
Right. Exactly.
So I need people to put in work. And so you finding kids that actually put in that work, it becomes a business now.
Yeah.
It ain't fun out there no more. Now, we talk about feed your family. Now, you talk about the time that your coaches have to put in. How do you create that family balance by being dedicated to your program? Because I think one thing as a coach, what we know and what we find out, you got to wear a lot of hats. You got to be a coach. You got to be a daddy. You got to be a counselor. You got to be a pastor. You got to be a doctor. You got to be. How do you balance all of that with the kids, your players, and your family too?
Yeah, and my coaches. I mean, you know, my coaches. I always tell my coaches, if you got a kid and they have an event, just reach out to me. Let me know. Don't miss your son's or your daughter's event, because that's very important. You never get that time back with your family. So that's what I preach to my staff. If your kid got an event, go ahead and go to the event. You know what I'm saying? Make it, because like I said, you never would get that time back. And like my daughter, she's a senior now. She's about to graduate. Wow. So I had to leave Atlanta the other day, go to an honors night, then had to drive back for the conference. So it was, you know, it's things like that you got to sacrifice to do, because you don't get those moments back. And I mean, family time is big. It's big. Anytime I get to spend with my family, I'm going to do it.
See, that's why I preach that 11 to 6 schedule for me, Coach. That's why I want that 11 to 6
be there
schedule
for family, not every day. Sly.
You know, I got to sleep too.
Yeah.
I don't get that beautiful by just living. I get my beauty sleep in there. Now, Coach, you know, you talk about all the hats that you wear as a coach. What kind of shocked you when you were young, fresh out of school? What shocked you the most in being a coach? What was the thing like, I ain't know this?
Ooh, playing for Coach Cummings, Rick Cummings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he won a few titles.
When I say a grind, it was because you look at it. I mean, I don't think I should be saying it. No, I'm not going to say it. But we used to practice for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the days, we didn't know nothing about, you know, all these rules and stuff. Now, we used to, but the thing is, I was built for it because I've done it in high school.
Yeah.
I've done it in high school. So high school prepared me for college. And see, some guys, you don't, if you don't get that grind in high school or whatever, and you come to that next level, it's going to be hard for you. It's going to be tough. But I think, like I say, playing for Coach Cummings, it was the grind. And then for me, going on the other side and coaching, and I'm like, Coach, so why I didn't know about these hours that you had in a day to practice in all of this? But that was the shocker to me, because I thought it was just the norm.
Yeah.
But it made the best out of us.
That's funny, because there are a lot of these rules I never knew existed when I played college ball. And they sit up here, and the kids now, my son, he's a junior going to senior, and it was 90 degrees, and Coach said, "Oh, we got to go in the gym. We can't." I said, "Wait, 90 degrees? What that mean? It's a rule. They can't practice." Like, I never knew that existed.
Yeah.
So, but just a lot of things, man. Those long practice hours, you know. A 3.5 hour practice was nothing.
Exactly.
That was normal.
And that's a great transition to even now, your expectations of I guess student athletes now versus the expectations on you. Do you have to kind of temper what you think of these kids based on what you went through?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, just mentality wise, you know. I always say we were built different back in the days. We was built different. We didn't have social media.
Right.
You know, we didn't have all these other avenues of just not paying attention to the world, but you connected to a device. And it's for us. I mean, if we lose our phone, we're going to go crazy.
Yes.
We're going to go crazy. So, I mean, it's just that's what the time is now. That's the time of the day.
When you recruit, who are you looking for to come to Tuskegee?
I'm looking for a young man who's gonna, first of all, academics. If you ain't got the academics, you would not. I don't care where you trying to go. You won't be able to play. You got to have academics. And like I say, we are a highly driven academic institution. And I mean, for that character behind that, you got to actually, you know what I'm saying, converse with the head coaches, making sure that they telling you everything before the young man gets there. Because I say, without character or discipline, these kids, they come into your program, some of them, and you go back and you be like, man, what did I miss? Did I miss something with this kid? You know, but like I say, just high character and discipline and grades, and somebody who's going to help me keep my job.
Yeah. Well,
that helped too.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: you talk about high character, high academic. That's one of the interesting things about football now. And certain schools you go to. So there's certain schools, you know, your Morehouse, your Tuskegees, you know, your Clarks, those schools where you have to have a high academic kid to get in there. But just being honest, this football.
Yeah, I know.
You need some people who still sign X when it's time to write their name. You know, you need a couple of them guys on the team. But they have to meet those standards. So how do you? That's what I just find amazing on how you recruit and find those guys who can handle the academic workload out of Tuskegee and also be a good football player. That's tough.
It's tough. I mean, we just got to comb through it and just making sure that we evaluating as a staff. We got to evaluate these kids from, like I say, from the parents. Yeah, that's the number one, the biggest thing. The parents. Some of these, you know, young men are still getting information from, you know, saying the parents and everything. And like for my program, I mean, it's Coach Aaron James. This is my team. Right. I can't listen to a parent to try to tell me how to, you know what I'm saying, run my team. I don't run an AAU program.
Right.
I mean, you know, this is a Division II program, and that's what it's going to be ran like. And I mean, like I say, some of these parents are trying to look into their kids as they still are playing AAU ball, and I mean, it just got to get away from it.
Absolutely. When it comes to you, highly successful quarterback at Tuskegee, are you tough on your signal callers?
Yes.
I always wondered that just looking at the sidelines.
Yes. I'm very, because I've been there, I know what it looked like. I know what it looked like. And I know from breaking down film and just going through the practice of everything. And for me, like I say, playing quarterback, I've been there, I know what it looked like, and I know what it's supposed to look like. And I mean, and it's consistency. It's all about just a quarterback getting in a rhythm. For as a quarterback, get in a rhythm, boom. You know what? X, Y, and Z. You're gonna be able to hit those targets. But when he comes to the sideline and he's messing up, I'm gonna really, you know what I'm saying, let him know that you're supposed to been doing this, and then make sure that the next drive or whatever, next series, everything is good. But you got to really understand that in today's world, you really can't. You got to understand the kid first.
Yes.
You got to know the ones that you can take to that level, and some that you have to, you know what I'm saying, because some of them are just, I mean, just go downhill after a tough conversation.
Right.
But you got to know the ones that you can take to that level, and some that you just got to be an even kill with.
Yeah.
We love that you love the SIAC sit down, and we love bringing it to you.
We do. We love bringing it to you. I love sitting up here bringing you great SIAC information, great sports talk, just giving you some good fun facts. I love doing it, Jamie.
Absolutely. So to continue giving you this hard-hitting coverage, we got to bring in some moolah. If we ain't got no money, we can't give you the coverage that you need. So, Sly, tell them how they can donate.
Make sure you reach us at our Cash App. That's $SIAC SITDOWN. That's $SIAC sit down. Hit us up in our Cash App. You know, we hop around a lot on
Yes,
this. We hop
we
around.
are.
Something popped in my head. Something popped in my head when you talking about bringing a kid to the sideline. You got to bring a kid to the sideline in one of my most favorite stadiums. All right, that atmosphere at Tuskegee is something that it's hard for me to put into words. Having to when that stadium's rocking, because I've been fortunate enough the last couple of years to call a lot of the Tuskegee games on ESPN, and when that place is rocking, when you have that shed full up with the Crimson Pipers, you have that shed full up with them and the students right there, and then your homecoming and you got all these RVs on the hill and these tents on the hill. What's it like being in that atmosphere for a football game?
You won't know until you You can't. I can sit here and explain it to you, but to get that feeling, you won't be able to get that feeling until you walk down in that bowl. I'm talking about as soon as you come through the gates, you feel different. I mean, it's just like something just hit you. And for us to be the only school in the nation where you can tailgate on the inside of the stadium. Yeah. That's I mean, it's mind blowing.
It is.
It's a sight to see.
Yes.
It's a sight to see. So, I mean, I tell the new guys, I mean, even though I show it to them on film and show them what it looked like, even when they come on a recruiting visit, yeah, you see what it looked like. But until you walk down and get that feeling, I mean, goosebumps now just thinking about it. I mean, it's something about it.
Well, did you get goosebumps this year under the lights?
Whoa, yes.
First time last year.
Yes, that was a good feeling, because just to know that all of those years that football has been played at Tuskegee University, never been in the lights under that. In all of the years that I played there, 1 o'clock every day.
Y'all better
1 o'clock. That was our 12th man. The Heat was our 12th man on the field. But that was a sight to see as well. I mean, just knowing that was the first time to be playing under the lights at Tuskegee University, and it was a nice crowd out there as well too.
Well, I tell you better than me, boy, because I remember back in college playing some of them 12 o'clock Jefferson Pilot kickoff games. Man, ain't nowhere in the world I could do that. I tell you, I'm old, man. It's been a long time ago, man. But it ain't nowhere in the world I could do that. Down in Tuskegee, that heat at 1 o'clock Central Time, 12 noon Eastern Time, man. Oh, my goodness. You right. That is a 12th man. That's a 12th man. And the mentality and the be ready to play in that type of heat, the physical conditioning that you have to go through, that says a lot. That says a lot to get out there and do it. Now, playing under, I'm gonna tell you my one pet peeve about Tuskegee. We talked about traditions on a show where we had all the announcers on, and I firmly believe ball and parlay may be one of the most exciting things ever. When you hear that band start to crank up ball and parlay, and you got the cheerleaders and the dancers doing their little dance with it, and you got the fan, you got this going back and forth. I firmly believe that's one of my most favorite traditions in all of college football. But my one problem is, you got to tell the band director when to play ball and parlay. You can't play ball and parlay after a punt. You got to play with something good, and that's my one problem. When you play ball and parlay, but what can you talk about the tradition of ball and parlay that goes on, man?
The song originally from Big Pokey. Big Pokey. And you see T.I. just collaborated with Tuskegee with Trauma Bond. So it's just it's one of those, like you say, one of those songs that's really catching, and then you see it displayed at a game under that shed. Is just, I mean, you hear the won't, and everybody just get to, you know what I'm saying, acting crazy. I mean, it's just, it's one of those songs that just be, I mean, it's gonna be around forever. It's gonna be around forever. So
now, coming back to the X's and O's for a second, again, when it comes to what you've been able to do. It's been right there. You've been right there on the cusp of success. What do you feel like will take you over the hump to get to where you want to be?
not battling injuries. Last year we started out hot, 2-0.
Yeah.
Started out 2-0, and then ended up losing my starting quarterback, Bill. When Bill went down, lost a couple of offensive linemen. It was like 4 games straight that we had to play all freshman offensive linemen, and then I had to play a freshman quarterback. Yeah, exactly, 2 of them. So, with that being said, I mean, it's no excuses, but for those guys to be put in that fire right off the back, it's good for me now.
Yeah. Yes,
because they're being battle tested. So it's good for me now. But like I say, just the injuries. That's the only thing that really hurt me this past season. And then for my first year, I still dream about this game, this Hail Mary.
I'm
still dreading it because that was the one we win that game, we go to the championship. So that game still haunts me, and but yeah, just like I say, just minimizing the injuries, and then just making sure everybody is on one accord once we come in the summer.
Now, without talking about individuals, as a collective, as you see, I know you're still making some hires as well, but the collection of players that you expect back, what will it take to make that championship run?
Everybody buying in into the system and just taking it one game at a time. We can't overlook, our opponent that's coming up next, and we just got to make sure that we're taking it game by game and don't look at the end game too early. We just got to focus on what's ahead that week, and just got to focus on on that, and everybody buying in. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
I've seen you do it a lot of ways within your 4-year tenure. You've had the likes of Johnny Morris's and Zena Mobile's. I've seen you toss that thing all around the yard. What do you want to be offensively this year?
This year, well, actually, I'm calling it again now.
Okay.
I'm calling it again. So it's going to be to what Coach Aaron James' offense has been doing since I've been offensive coordinator. So it's going to be exciting to see.
Okay.
Now, we talked, you had your injuries, and we talked about you had to have some freshmen play. Now, it kind of brings me to the question: how do you handle your recruiting? Because you got your high school guys, you got a junior college guys, and now this magical transfer portal is out there. What's the Aaron James philosophy on recruiting?
You don't want to overlook high school, because you can get some ready-made high school kids now because of the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Back in days you able to get some 3-stars now on our level. And like I said, because of the transfer portal. The transfer portal has really screwed a lot of things up.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a lot of things, and we as a coaching staff we got to go in. If we get in any kids at the portal, we still got to do our homework on these kids. Why is this kid leaving this program? For one. Why is this kid leaving this program? And then you have some kids jumping in the portal, they running from competition.
Yeah.
They don't want to compete anymore. So some of them are getting in the transfer portal for that as well. So like I said, as coaches, we got to do our homework and making sure that the kid fits what we trying to accomplish.
I find that. But the transfer portal, man, I'm so wishy-washy when it comes to that transfer portal, because I truly believe if a kid plays on a D2 level and some P4 comes and offers you $500,000, man, you better be going on the first thing smoking. But if you're if you're on the D2 level and another D2 school comes in and just says, hey, come over here, unless you getting more scholarship money, I don't see why. You talked earlier about running from competition. I think a lot of kids are afraid to compete. And I want to see a kid stay here, tough it out, and win that position. And now you go into the season knowing that you the man, because you done fought and won that position. And we talked about on a couple of shows, we also talked about legacy. When everything is all said and done, when we all in the dust and moved on alone, people going to say, hey, Aaron James played 4 years at Tuskegee and lost 5 games. Aaron James, we going to have a barbershop argument. Was he the best quarterback in Tuskegee history? Now, if Aaron James was a quitter and Aaron James was like, man, they bringing in this guy from Alabama State. I don't want to compete with him. I'm going to go and run and go to Miles. Yeah. We not having this conversation. And I think that's what a lot of kids are missing out on. They missing out on that chance at legacy. Ain't nobody... They gonna mention your name 100 years from now. They gonna say Aaron James, best quarterback at Tuskegee.
And he is the perfect person to actually have that philosophy on, because staying at one university for 4 years, playing the way you played, absolutely. Legacy is, you are entrenched in both Tuskegee and SIAC folklore. So absolutely, you make a great point, Sly.
And another thing too about the transfer portal, we adapting the Division I model now.
Yes.
So we got a window.
Yeah,
we got a window. So now, when that window closes, Division II, they're not able to get in that portal. Right. The D1s are not able to come in and get our players anymore. So that's really going to help us out as well too. And another thing too, what's hurting these kids. When you go from one institution to another, all of your credits are not transferred.
Yes. Exactly.
So now you're just putting yourself deeper in a hole for reaching your end goal, which is to graduate. So it's going to be tough on these kids.
Because you got kids, who've gone to 3 schools in 4 years, and now they look up, they got 1 year eligibility left, and they only technically at the school they might have 30 credit hours, and you're not gonna graduate. You ain't go. You don't know what homecoming you're going to.
Exactly.
You don't know. You ain't gonna graduate. You're gonna fall deep in the hole. If you want to get your degree, you're gonna fall deep in the hole because now you got to spend 3 more years in college. So I tell a lot of these kids, man, sit down for a second. Don't listen to your uncle. Don't listen to that dude in the barbershop. If you don't have a coach sitting up here saying, hey, I want you at my school between January 2nd and January 17th, if you don't have that coach say, here, I want you here, you better sit down somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You better sit down.
Yeah.
Now, that's my little soapbox, my bad. Sometimes I get on my little soapbox when it comes to that.
With it.
But now, Coach, what we want to talk about now, when the season's over with, you move on, you're getting ready for the spring and your off season. What does that look like for Aaron James and Tuskegee? What does the off season look like leading in the spring?
Well, like I say, it's year round for us. We got recruiting. You got to get out and recruit. We have in the spring you have your OVs. You know what I'm saying? You got your OVs. You're still recruiting. Then you got spring ball, but you still got to have your guys conditioning. When the conditioning starts. Getting ready for spring ball. So you got all of that going into it, and then you got the summer. Sometimes you're able to have some kids on campus for the summer. If everything works out, that's always beneficial to have your guys on campus for the summer. And then, you got your fall camp when the guys come in for the fall. So like I say, it's everything is year-round with football. And at times, like I stated earlier, you got to find some time for yourself, for one, as a coach. Mentally, you got to, because, it can take you to some deep roads, you know what I'm saying, at times. But you just gotta find some time to just get away from the game, focus on yourself, and then just enjoy life, man. Because everything, this life is not promised to anyone.
No.
It's not promised to anyone. So you got to be able to enjoy life.
Now I know, and I'm gonna throw it quickly back to you.
Go ahead.
But we were talking about your spring. Sly has an outstanding idea about your spring game for next year. I want him to tell it, though. Elaborate.
Coach, I'm going to give you something to chew on, Coach. I'm going to give you something to chew on. You think about it. Think about it. Go back to the drawing board with it now, Coach. Yep. We all understand that spring practice is, to get your team better, to kind of figure out what you got going into the fall, what type of players you're going to have. Now, in order for you to figure that out, you're going to need excellent coaching in the spring. You're going to need an excellent spring game that is well coached. Now, we got an idea. We do. We're going to take that whole Tuskegee team and just line them up down the field. Line up your whole team, and you're going to get 2 of the greatest coaches ever, 2 of the greatest Sunday and Monday morning coaches ever.
Yes.
To come out there, and what we going to do, Jamie going to pick a quarterback.
I am.
I'm going to pick a quarterback. Jamie gonna pick a running back. I'm gonna pick a running back. We're gonna go straight down the list, coach. Straight down. We're gonna get the crimson team over here, and we're gonna get the gold team over here, coach. And we gonna go and line up and we gonna coach your team and figure out what you got. Cause I don't want to see no offense versus defense and defense get 4 points. We gonna put that out there for you to chew on. So you think about that now.
Think about
Think
it.
about
That's,
that.
that's like a draft. I mean,
We gonna have a draft.
They had a draft. We did that this spring. We had a draft this spring.
Okay.
And it's crazy that y'all say that because like we sitting at the table as a staff, and I was like, man, what do y'all think we should do this spring? Because we trying to total up points with the defense getting forward and offense. So they were like, let's do a draft.
Yeah.
Let's do a draft. So we did a draft and we split the teams up and that's what it was.
Okay.
Well, now you just need the superior coach.
Yeah,
you need the superior coach. Because me and Jamie have never been wrong on Sunday or Monday morning.
I got you.
Never been wrong on Sunday or Monday morning.
Yeah.
Now, all right, we're going to take a break right here for a second, take a quick break, and we can talk about all the places you can find the SIAC sit-down.
Tell the people, man.
Jamie, we're all over, man. You can find us on YouTube if you go to the HBCU Game Day channel. You can also find us on Facebook if you go to SIAC Sit Down. We're there on Facebook. You can go join a group, SIAC Talk, on Facebook. Check us out there. Make sure you like, subscribe, and join. We're on Spotify. We're very simple to find. All you got to do is type in SIAC Sit Down. We're right there. Apple Podcasts, we're there too.
We are all over. So for us to continue bringing you this action, besides just whatever you can spend as far as your money, make sure you give us a follow. That's free. So make sure you hit us up at all those platforms that Sly just mentioned.
And if you don't click the like and follow, that must mean your parents really don't like you. Now, I like that. Now, after spring, you go into that summer. Now, how do you handle your summers? Do you bring all your kids back, or do you send a workout home? How you handle summers?
Well, like I say, sometimes it's fortunate you have you guys on campus for summer. They going through the strength and conditioning. They working out. Everybody is bonding, getting that corral, what I'm saying, together. So now, like I said, when you get into the fall camp, once fall camp come, everybody has been gelling and knowing each other and, just bonding as a team. Yeah. And, it's kind of tough to bring a team in for the fall camp, and then now you're trying to make sure that they was doing everything that they supposed to be doing over the summer, even though my strength and conditioning coach does a great job, getting the information out to them, and they sending the information back, showing that they're working out. But it's nothing like seeing them guys there, knowing, because like I say, them guys, they can only do so much on their own without having nobody there with them to enforce it.
Now, we got a couple more questions before we get you out here, Coach. But one thing I'm curious about is, we talked about you being a Tuskegee alumni, and you always hear about Mother Tuskegee. How can you explain that family feeling of Tuskegee? What does it mean for you to come back home and coach at Tuskegee? I mean,
it's Mother Tuskegee. I mean, it's my first year in 23, well, actually 22 when I came back, it was a great feeling. It was like almost a dream to me, just knowing that I'm here, able to drive around campus, knowing that I walked the campus and everything, the field. We got the new field turf and everything the first year that we got back. And so all of that stuff is, it was amazing, man. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to know that I'm back at my alma mater as the head football coach. I would have never thought it would happen. I wanted it, I always thought about it, but I never knew that it was coming to fruition.
You mentioned him earlier and coaching under him and now working under him, VP Reginald Ruffin. Talk about him and the support you've gotten from him in this role.
Oh, man, a big support. His office is like two doors down from mine, and we always go in because, like I say, just getting knowledge, getting knowledge. He's been in this seat before, and You know, he tells me things to look out for, and you know, and it's crazy because he used to always tell us at the staff table, you never know what this seat brings until you sit in it. And for me, when the first time that something happened, and I say, A.D. Ruffin, you was right about that. You was right. So, I mean, this seat, it carries a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah.
It carries a lot of weight, but you gotta have the mindset for it. And like I said, A.D. Ruffin, for him to come in and have that vision to get all the upgrades and everything around the stadiums, the basketball, everything in the complex and in the facilities. I mean, he's not done. I mean, he's not done. So just look for some amazing more things to happen under his leadership.
Yeah, I tell you, it's always funny. They say life is different when you move one chair over.
Yeah.
You move that one chair over,
Yeah.
life is different. Now, Coach, this what we gonna do. I'm gonna put you on the spot, Coach. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I gave you, we gonna have a softball interview. Now I'm gonna throw the hard one at you, Coach. I'm gonna throw the hard one. Now, you got that fresh face, pimply face, 17-year-old, 18-year-old who you're trying to convince to become a Golden Tiger. Now, Coach, you gotta talk to this guy. You got your elevator pitch. Why should that guy come to Tuskegee? That's your camera right there, Coach. That's your camera. What do you tell that guy? Why does he need to come to Tuskegee?
We are the winningest HBCU in the nation. We are one of the top academic schools in the nation. So you're getting the best of both worlds. It's always academics first, football second. But to be able to have those two, and at the end of the day, like I said, when you walk across the stage, they call you boss. Tuskegee is global. It's a well-known institution. Like I say, this name right here, Tuskegee University, is real well-known. So for that, you're getting the best of both worlds when you come to Tuskegee University.
There you go. There you go. Jamie, you got anything else for us?
I'm just glad to sit down with Coach James. He's always been gracious with his time, even if we just chopped it up at other games or other spots or whatever. I'm glad we could get you in this chair today.
Man,
I appreciate you coming, man.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Well, he is Jamie Walker.
I am he.
I am Sylvester Williams.
That is him.
This is the head Golden Tiger, Coach
that would be
Aaron
me.
James. You are here live on the SIAC Sit Down, the Coaches Edition, here on HBCU Game Day.